Following contest is sanctioned by the Board of Directors. And it's for the World Television Championship.
And apparently introductions be damned. The Todd Sexton wanted Jeremy V right then and there. And jumped him from behind. But frankly, Jared's very used, very accustomed to the jumping from behind tactics of Todd Sexton. Boy, and Vigo sailing over that top rope, right up to Sexton. Sexton and no one hit him. The hatred and animosity between these two is totally spiraling out of control. And with a World TV title belt hanging in the balance, too, the stakes are high. Good Lord!
Big clothesline by V on the outside. And V now getting his retribution for all the sneak attacks, for all the times that V had his hand raised in victory and Todd Sexton ambushed him. V has the chance right now. Mano a mano. Fright Night 2004. And the World Television Championship is on the line. Sexton going for the knee. V is out of the way. Kicks the leg out from under him. V focusing on the point of attack.
Interestingly, which is more of a Sexton notion. And frankly, Todd Sexton's got a lot to atone for here. Well, looks like it.
Jeremy V going for his version of the sharpshooter. He said to make sure that I call that the Scorpion Deathlock.
Terrific. Well, obviously, Todd Sexton has a lot to atone for here.
Well,
after accidentally pinning himself in the last encounter he had with Jeremy V. A very embarrassing situation for any pro wrestler to find himself in, particularly one who is as proud of his craft as Todd Sexton is.
Sexton methodically approaching V around ringside. Goes for the right hand. V quick to counter. Whoa! High back body drop onto the ramp. Jeremy V in a world of trouble now.
See, if the velocity of the fall will do you the splinters will. The NWA World Television title hanging in the balance, as we say here, as Jeremy V, the champion, makes his way up to the ring. He's already been brutalized considerably from the technician, Todd Sexton.
Goes for the suplex to bring him back in. Nice counter by V. Standing switch by Sexton. German suplex. This could be all no.
As devastating as the German suplex is, the momentum of that move can occasionally favor the opponent that you're trying to do the move on.
Forearm to the face by Sexton.
Todd Sexton is beginning to realize perhaps that shots at the World TV title for Jeremy V, with considering how many other competitors who are in line for that, may be short indeed. And
high crossbody by V from the top rope, hooks the leg. Only a two yet again. Two very close exchanges there. Sexton catches him. Nice backbreaker. And V very prone now to the technical attack of Todd Sexton. And now if he's favoring the back, it is the back that Todd Sexton is going to focus on. And as you see there, he hooks V in the fisherman suplex. Fisherman's buster even. Hooks the leg, 2 count.
And V's been able to kick out of several pinning sequences by Todd Sexton, but each kick out is becoming less and less powerful. And Sexton pulling the hair of Jeremy V, going for that oft-injured neck. That neck put Jeremy V on the shelf for a while and has become many competitors' very favorite targets whenever they wrestle Jeremy V.
Jeremy V fighting out of this chin lock here. Sexton really applying the pressure, trying to get the momentum back in his favor by attacking the lower back. And successful in doing so with a knee and a forearm.
That flurry of offense Jeremy V had early on the legs of Todd Sexton, perhaps, hopefully is not going to be forgotten by V, but Sexton seems to be focusing in squarely on V and thinks perhaps that World TV title is as good as his.
Well, V, his track record showing, and being a man that will never give up no matter what the circumstance, fighting back with all he's got. Sexton manages to mount the second turnbuckle. V is on the top now. Both men going to the top. Big superplex by Sexton. Further injuring the back of V, but not doing himself any favors.
Probably worth the pain that Todd Sexton's enduring to pull it off on V. Pin attempt from Sexton. And V does not want to go down the record books as one of the World TV Champions who's held the title the shortest period of time.
Well, he did defeat the current Wildside Heavyweight Champion, the role model Jason Cross, to realize that dream, and he's defended it against each and every person that has requested a shot. He said line them up, sign contracts. He's wrestled guys from all over the NWA, all over the country, and now Todd Sexton has proven to be the biggest thorn in his side. There's a sunset flip. There's a reversal by Sexton, 2 count yet again. V barely out of that one at the last second. What is Sexton doing here? It's almost a variant of the surfboard, no into a backslide. Very unique way to go into that pinning combination. 2 count, but Sexton continues his assault.
Sexton, as the brutal competitor that he is, he's also a very crafty and smart one, and taking his opponent's moves to his on a clothesline from Jeremy V, clearly out of left field, and the technician's been knocked for a loop.
Well, that was a desperation shot as Jeremy V's taken a lot of punishment on that back. But it may have bought him the time that he needed, as V is struggling to regain a second win here. V now moving forward, first to Sexton. Looked like he was going for the VDT. He was clearly too tired to do that. Sexton taking him to school. Double leg takedown brings him right over into the elevated Boston Crab, Steve.
Referee Mike Posey in to see if Jeremy V is ripe for the concession. And V's having none of it, but boy, he's doing it through gritted teeth.
Jeremy V manages to counter that. I don't know how he did.
And Sexton waylaying the back with an elbow shot, followed up by a knee.
Whatever strength V used to get out of that Boston Crab was almost to his detriment. It might have been his last amount of strength.
Yeah, I think that strength has been vanquished successfully by the technician.
Sexton cinching in the STF.
Sexton feeling that he is the submission expert in NWA Wildside. Actually, we have several, but don't tell Todd Sexton that. And because a lot of Jeremy V's offense, it does involve submissions. He believes that V is intruding on his own territory. Shows you the nutcase that Todd Sexton has become of late.
Thank God that Jeremy V got the ropes there for V's sake. Had he not, that could have been the end. Then again, this is not a guy you're used to seeing tap out. Not a guy you're used to seeing say, I quit. And I just don't think it's in him. I don't think Jeremy V is capable of submitting. I don't think he's capable of giving up. Todd Sexton's not been able to do it to him yet. But Sexton's got the gory special here, and he's really stretching him out. You got to know that the back is in pain as the ligaments, the muscles in the lower back and the lower lumbar are continually raped here.
And V fighting back. I'm not quite sure how he could pull that off after all the abuse he's taken by the technician. And a backslide from V. And to do that, you have to use much back strength in order to pull that off. It's incredible. Incredible feat from Jeremy V, but Todd Sexton comes up on the top end of that encounter.
Double underhook suplex, lateral press, but Sexton failing to hook the leg. A rare tactical error for the technician. Must be becoming a little overconfident in those submission abilities.
I don't know. I think even Todd Sexton realized this match may be going on for a while. That V, you pointed out several times, V is not one to concede, but V is certainly one to keep fighting back, as we're seeing ample evidence of here. But for a match that you can probably anticipate, oh, big on V!
Well-placed leg lariat by Jeremy V. Again, trying to get a second win here. Hoping to channel some energy from all of his fans, all of the people that supported him throughout his quest for the Wild Television title. They're behind him now, and he's got to channel that energy.
That's quite a tag team partner to have, the fans at ringside, without a doubt.
And now, A slugfest back and forth with forearm shots. Both men showing signs of fatigue now. Sexton clearly in better shape, but V showing that spit and vinegar that made him the World TV Champ.
And a pair of big chops, and the technician is already getting rocked. And a big backdrop, but oh boy, V is going to be, I would say, hurting in the morning. Hell, he's hurting plenty right now. The hell of the morning.
V fighting through the pain of Todd Sexton's tactical attack. Goes for the VKO. Sexton shrugs him off. He's in perfect position for the sharpshooter. V knows that this could be the end. He counters. He rolls Sexton through. Duck of a clothesline by V. He's got him. Here's the VDT. Sexton got a foot on the ropes.
Oh, he got a toe on the ropes. A toe.
The rule book does state that if any part of the body is touching the rope, the pinfall must be broken. Not a decision I wanted to see playing a favorite here, but as an unbiased commentator, Mike Posey was doing his job.
That he was, but Todd Sexton was doing his. And
V
part
goes
of Sexton's job is to shake Jeremy V loose from the top turnbuckle. And I might point out the turnbuckle has been exposed.
Well, Jeremy V now goes for the tornado DDT with success.
Yeah, I don't think that tornado DDT had much emphasis on it, really. That's a lot of pain and torture has begun on. And Sexton realized he's right next to the ropes. Boy, that's definitely an out for the challenger here tonight. I mean, obviously, both these competitors are pacing themselves, knowing that this match was not going to be a short one by any stretch of the imagination, considering the passions involved and considering what is hanging in the balance.
Big chop by Jeremy V. Now trying to put this match back in his control, but that is not going to do anything to help that effort. Side suplex. 2 count. Jeremy V kicks out at the last second. Still withstanding the punishment. Still showing the traditional Jeremy V spirit.
And that spirit is what I think is going to have to carry out for the rest of this matchup if he is expecting to retain the World Television title.
Again, the sharpshooter, this maneuver that Sexton has perfected, and he's got it in the middle of the ring. He's got it in the middle of the ring. There is nowhere for V to go. Since he's had the reign as TV champ, we've not seen him submit. But could this be the chance? Will Jeremy V say, I quit? I don't think he can.
He might pass out before he does that, but he's moving his body, jockeying towards the bottom rope.
V's been in many a war with many of the best in the world. He certainly has a veteran ring positioning, even if he's only been wrestling for a few years.
And Todd Sexton can scarcely believe his bad luck, with V somehow managing to make it to the bottom rope, even though Sexton squarely put V in the middle of the ring.
V had to avoid the firm lock there, as he was able to tilt his body. He was able to get the rope just in the last split second of time, and thankful for him. But Sexton's not done. Neither is V. Rolls him up. No. V is going for the Scorpion Deathlock now.
And he's able to cinch it in. That's remarkable. What V has gone through, he's able to pull off a Scorpion Deathlock. Todd Sexton now desperately trying to crawl to the bottom rope.
Sexton tasting some of his own medicine. And the taste is very bitter.
That is, boy, and V is planting some serious weight on the legs of Todd Sexton. Those legs which were the focus of V's initial attack at the beginning of this match.
And Sexton not a man to submit on an often occasion either. But he looks like he could be put in that predicament as well.
Oh, Ben V has dragged Sexton now even closer to the middle of the ring, long ways away from those saving ropes. What gives? Was there concession? Mike Posey's face doesn't imply that there was.
Well, did Sexton submit? Did Sexton submit?
I've just been told that
ladies and gentlemen, the 15-minute time limit has expired. The television title cannot change hands, therefore still your World Television Champion, Jeremy V.